because we go online.
All right, now we will move to the last session, which is evaluation session, and it will be led by our beautiful GE, Natalie Cahyadi.
Thank you, our wonderful Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Amelia. All right, everyone, this is the second half of the meeting, the third session in tonight's meeting, the evaluation session. We will start first with the prepared speech evaluation and then continue on with technical role player evaluations. So first up, I would like to call upon the first prepared speech evaluator, Toastmaster Purwanto, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Denny Surya. So please welcome Toastmaster Purwanto.
Danny, thank you for telling us the story about the last penny. I really love about your speech because you insert humor inside your speech. At the beginning of your speech, I noticed you mentioned about the coins, and before that you mentioned you are rich, so you can spend your day playing video game without without try to find money. I think the story that you brought to this meeting is really fun, but it's not always easy for us to make it funnier and funnier because we already know the script is this fun. But when we want to deliver it, we need to remember delivery is important. And I also noticed from the way you deliver your story, I could say you are really good at act out. So there are many tips to deliver humorous speech. One of them is act out. So you mentioned about the penny. You mentioned also about playing the video game. How do you really love it playing video game? If I could suggest to you, maybe you can consider to exaggerate a little bit about your story. For example, I could spend a lot of money for video game. It's like my girlfriend. So when you meet your very first love in your life, you will spend a lot of your money. And I did that until I forgot. I only had the last penny. What should I do? Should I spend this last penny to my girlfriend? I should do something else. I was so desperate that time, and I'm trying to find something. Because when you try to exaggerate something in your story, it doesn't mean you lie to us. It's only show your feeling. It show the situation. But you still can be honest to everyone because having the exaggeration can make people laugh because we don't expect that. Wow, this calm Danny can exaggerate the lines. But I believe if you could, how to say that, force yourself to exaggerate a few lines, the story can be really funnier. And the last thing about your speech, you also remember to tell us about the message. So you mentioned about when you want to waste your money, always remember one thing, your last penny and manage your money, manage your pennies. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you for delivering this humorous speech and still have the message. The last penny for Danny, the last penny for everyone. That's all from me. Back to GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Purwanto, our first speech evaluator. Let's move on to the next speech evaluator. The second one is Toastmaster Fatma Jana from Malang Toastmasters Club. I forgot to mention Purwanto is from Eagle Toastmasters Club. And she will be evaluating our second speaker, Toastmaster John. So please welcome Toastmaster Fatma.
Thank you very much, our general evaluator. I will evaluate our second speaker, John. Thank you so much for delivering such a really nice speech with your body and body language, with your hand gesture mostly. I like the way that you use a lot of hand gesture. And then I also noticed that you engage with the audience. You ask some questions to the audience and you also wait for them to answer and you respond to it, which was really nice. And then you also started your speech with explaining what you mean with your title, which is two sides. And then you use both your hands to mention that everything has two sides, right? Which is really nice. And then it was also a great structure because from that you started to go into a more personal story where you told us about your story. Other than that, I believe it was such a pleasant speech to enjoy, and it also involves the hand gesture. To further improve your speech, I think you can try to be more aware with your hands, because when you're standing, sometimes your hands are too low that apparently in the camera, it's just half of your hands. Sometimes it is too close to the camera that we cannot really see it. Other than that, I think sometimes also your hand gesture are just too much. Like some of the speech, some of the part doesn't really require a lot of movement of your hands that probably make the audience look at or more have the attention to your hands. But all in all, it was a nice speech with good structure, also with good call to action by the end of it, which is really nice. So congratulations for delivering your speech with the body language. And I think you can also improve further if you can add a little bit of drama in your speech. For example, I remember that you use your hand gesture when you light it up something. For example, you can say, I light it up. So when saying it, you're showing the action, I light it up. So instead of showing your hands just like that, you can say, I light it up. So it's your voice, your speech, and also your hands gesture that can help with your story. I think that's all from me. It was a great speech, and thank you very much. Back to our general evaluator.
Thank you, our second evaluator, Toastmaster Fatma. Now let's go on to the third evaluator, Toastmaster Krishna Kipa, who will be evaluating our third speaker, Toastmaster Andre Maure. So please welcome Toastmaster Krishna.
Awesome, thank you. I don't have to pin the timer, right? The timer is going to show up by itself. Cool. Cinderella story. That's the first thing I thought when Andre was sharing his little story. Andre is Cinderella. Today he works in a language school in Australia. He is a language assistant in English, a language that he was not born with. It was a beautiful continuation of the first day when he was bullied all the way to the very end. Now, every speech is always a good start when there's a great opener. And Andre, one of his excelling points of the speech was his opener, asking a question. Put it in the chat box. If it's kindergarten, put a K. If it's an E. And that really get the attention of everybody. Now, where he would have probably improved is in the transition. I noticed from the question time to starting the speech, there was a bit of lag in the sense where looking too much at the chat box and not going straight to your story. And that may have lost a bit of momentum. The second transition I saw was going from your personal story and relating it to your project. It was only at the end where the project was known. The project was a Zumba English related project. But the transition could have been lacking. Now, an improvement for that transition, for example, would have been, this is my story. I could not learn great English, but today I'm a great English speaker. And so when I had a project, only one thing came to my mind: to teach others English. And that is why my project was about Zumba English School project. So that transition to bring the audience along. In terms of the storytelling, very good. 2 suggestions in terms of the hand gestures: use your hands a little. You can, for example, when to describe when being called stupid, you don't know what that is, or going home and reading a dictionary. And also, because this is online, the camera is where your eyes must be most of the time. Don't stare at it like you're a crazy person, but most of the time, straight to the camera. So work on the transition. Beautiful story. Everybody loves a Cinderella story. Continue your English journey and continue your journey of inspiring other people. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you, our last speech evaluator, Toastmaster Krishna Kipa. All right, I would like to call upon our timer, Toastmaster Follow, to share the timer report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Natalie. Well, congratulations for all 3 evaluators because all are eligible to be voted. Back to Toastmaster Natalie.
Thank you, Toastmaster Follow. So I would like to invite the ballot counter to launch the poll. Toastmaster Denny Surya.
Okay, thank you, Natalie. So everyone, now the time is come. So please vote who is your thing for the best. Probably you can vote me if you doesn't know who is you want to vote. So I will launch now. So we still have time. Everyone, you can vote now.
How much time do you assign for voting, Toastmaster Denny?
1 minute, so it's still half minute.
Okay.
But I think just need 1 more and we finish the vote, I think.
Yes, if you are co-host, please send PM directly to Toastmaster Denny because you won't be able to vote in
Yeah,
polling.
I think it's already finished. So back to you, G.
All right, awesome. Thank you, ballot counter Toastmaster Denny. And I would like to call our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Amelia, to do the photo session first. Amelia Dewi.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Turn on your camera. Denny, can you help me to take the picture?
Okay. So
Oh, wait, I can do the immersive one.
yeah, you can do the image.
Okay.
Wow, great. Okay. Okay, we will have two photo sessions. The first one is the normal pose. The second pose is when you hear the anthem and you feel really energized. So that's we take for the first picture. The normal one, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now for the second pose, the energetic pose as you hear the great anthem. 1, 2, 1, 2. Wait, my hand not there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Back to you.
Sorry, Denny, I don't know how to going back.
Go to speaker view and
Okay. Thank you so much. Back to Natalie.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Amelia Dewi, our Toastmaster of the meeting. All right, let's go on to the next session, the technical role players. So I would like to first call the table topic evaluators. Another Amelia, we have a lot of Amelia in this meeting. So please welcome Toastmaster Amelia Fibriani.
Thank you, Madam GE. Okay, this is my honor to evaluate the table topic speakers. I think evaluation is the anthem of Toastmaster meeting. So that's our song, and it make us improve, right? And also right now, the table topic speaker get the benefit of getting off the feedback as well. For before I start my evaluation, just want to encourage everyone that I really appreciate those who already come to the stage and share your opinion, especially if you're guests, because it's not easy to speak for the first time, especially you share your personal story. What I will suggest to you, it's if you're a Toastmaster, you know about it. But if you new, this is something that you can improve. So table topic is also a speech. I think all speech will be good if you have a structure, which is opening, body, and conclusion. It's okay to like directly jumpstart to the story that you have. You can use your story as opening, which is also good. But you have to remember, you have also the next part, which is the content itself, the body itself. If you use story as your opening, then what is the moral of the story that you want to share, and then what is the conclusion. So whatever you use as an opening, if you use story as opening, it's good. Or if you use story as your body, it's also okay, but it has a structure. A good speech has a structures. I will start with the first speaker, Teresia, who's your ideal teddy bear. I noticed that I like you say my partner Peter, even though he is skinny, not like teddy bear. but he is my teddy bear. I think it's very nice. It's very romantic. What I would like suggest is it would be good if you put a good opening itself. So because the question would be, who is your ideal teddy bear? And you said you don't like teddy bear. You probably can say that a lot of people think that a lot of people like teddy bear because they are fluffy, and so on and so on. And then you continue, but I don't really like teddy bear. I don't really like to cuddling with teddy bear. And then you continue with your own story. And then don't forget also conclusion. What is the conclusion? So you might be, wish your teddy bear, you can go back to the questions again. It probably not someone or some not someone that is handsome or big or like that, but probably someone next to you that you probably take it for granted. Probably he or she is your teddy bear or something like that. Something that can be a takeaway for the audience. Second speaker, Amy. What I like is you put a right conclusion. You put a right conclusion. Sometimes you think other people can relieve your sadness, but actually no one can do that for you. Yes, you can find a comfort, but you are the answer for your own sadness. I think it's a good point that everybody can take away. Some suggestions, same like Teresia, I would suggest to open it with something that you have a common with everyone. Like if you said it's very normal for us to find other people. But for me, and then you can start with your own story. So I think when we start with a shared ground with the audience can really connect with that. For the third speaker, Jasmine, situation that tough, but you know you can overcome. What I like is you share your personal story. It's very personal, and I can really imagine at that time when you were when you have to struggle, when you lost your parent, and then you the condition that you have to move to other country as well. But and I like you close it as well with the lesson learned from the story, the lesson learned from that tough situation. That's very good. It's also give us I mean, we can really relate with that story. What would I suggest for you is to give a conclusion as well for the listener. If you are right now in the tough situations, believe in yourself that after the rain, there will be a rainbow or something like that. There's always silver lining. So it can be encouraging for the listener, because you have that situation, you pass it, you win, and now you want to encourage other people to also have the same experience. The fourth speaker, Rasita, I also like you share your personal story about running, Zumba, and so on. What I would like to suggest, it's almost the same like the other, bring also the conclusion for us. So it's not only sharing your story, but what you've learned from all of those things. We probably, this is my experience. We probably, like feel like we need to stay active. I saw a lot of my friends posting their social media, they do running, Zumba and everything. But at the end, we are the one who choose the best activity for ourselves. or conclude like stay moving. It's important for us to stay alive. Or yeah, just conclude it with something that would be beneficial for the listener. The fifth speaker, Rahwana Yudianto. What I like, you also share your personal story about further study, and we can really relate with that. Again, probably the conclusion will be not everything can actually Ben do very well for the conclusion. Yeah, Ben say that not everything goes as our plan, but we also can see that probably the beautiful, it will be more beautiful. With the new plan, it's more beautiful. Learn to accept the changes and get to see the beautiful side of it, something like that. So it will be like a flight, it will land smoothly. The last speaker, Chitra, the one that I like from your speech is when you say not about the food, but about the experience. It's not about the food, but it's about the experience. I think it's a good, very good takeaway actually, and it would be even great if you put it as the last or as the closing. So we might think that we want to have the best night by planning everything, and then do this, prepare the best food with the best restaurants or something like that. But at the end, it's not about it. It's about the people when we spend the night. Yeah. So and then again, you can return it to the audience as well. So where is your best night? Where is your best night? Sometimes people think a lot of things at extravagance night. Probably right now, when you stay with your family, that is actually the best night that you have. So it will be relatable. The shared ground, I think it will be speech. It's good to have personal story. It's always related, or also other people's story. But it will be more powerful if you can bring the audience to go with you, to feel the story with you, and then return it to their own story, the audience own story. I think that's it, the feedback from me. Back to you, Madam G.
Thank you, Madam TTE, Table Topic Evaluator, Toastmaster Amelia Fibriani from HAND Toastmasters Club. Okay, let's go to my next team member. First one, technical role player, is grammarian, Toastmaster Dede Mahotama. Are you ready, Toastmaster Dede?
Yes, I'm ready, madam.
Let's get it on. Please
Okay.
welcome Toastmaster Dede.
Wait, if I could just... Okay, so behold my grammarian report by me. And before I continue, I would like to say congratulations to all you guys that your English, your grammar, and your pronunciations are really spot on. But again, but there are some quite there are some mistakes that I found. Some are basic and some are just a mishap, but that's okay. So without further ado, let's continue to the next slide. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, here it is. The first one is don't pin the timer if you want to see your time. Can you guys tell me what's wrong with this word at number 1?
Do pin the timer.
Pin the timer if you want to see.
Please pin the timer.
Yes. Oh yes. Okay. Thank you. So the correct grammar for this is don't forget to pin the timer if you want to see your time, or pin the timer if you want to see your time. Okay. Thank you. The second one, I will be helped by a very special team. To be honest, I don't really quite understand to this sentence, but perhaps you guys can tell me what is wrong with this sentence number 2.
I think what she meant was I will be helped.
Oh,
helped by helped.
Okay, sure. Okay. Thank you so much, Madam GE. So, okay. I think I misheard that. It's I will be helped by a very special team. It's correct, but I just also want to add another correction. That will be, I will be supported by a very special team, because you form your team to support you, right? You don't want your team to hold you down, because that will ensure your failure, right? So, okay, at number 3, to begin to developing. What is the correct answer for that? To begin to developing.
To begin
guys tell me?
developing without the two.
Mhm. Yes, that is correct. We
Developing.
could say simply as to develop, or you can add subjects in front of it by saying I'm beginning to develop, right? I'm beginning to develop. Okay. The fourth one, I learn listen in my life. Can you guys spot? Can you guys spot the mistake here?
Listening. I learn listening.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I learn listening in my life is also true, but I will also like to add a preposition to right after I learn. I learn to listen in my life. Okay. The next one, you will have no many good experience. Tell me, could you guys tell me the mistake? You will have no many good experience.
You will
don't
not have
you
a
will
lot
have
of good experiences.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so the correct answer to this is you will have you will not have a lot of good experience, or you could say you will have not many good experience. It's not a no, it's not. Okay. When you are star shining. Okay, let's ignore that, the star shining. I chose the bright side of this meeting. Are you? Could you guys spot the mistake here?
Do you?
Yes, correct. It should be I choose the bright side of this meeting. Do you? Or don't you? Or how about you? Like that. That is also correct. And even kids living in big cities. What is the mistake of that?
even kids live in big cities.
Okay. The correct answer to this is even kids who is living or who's living in a big city. You always add you always have to have you always have to put the word who or whose whenever you mention someone like kids or boys, girls, etc. Okay. Mm, I love just to sit.
I
I
just love to
just love
sit.
sitting. Don't know.
Okay. The correct answer to this is I love to just sit. I think it's kind of mixed up. It should be I love and then to and then followed by just and sit. I love to just sit. The next one, I tried doing yoga.
I try to do yoga.
Exactly.
Oh,
That is the correct
wow.
answer. I
you.
tried to do yoga. I tried to do yoga. You always remember, tried is the the verb. You always have to add the preposition right after the verb. Okay. When I graduated my school.
From my school.
Exactly. That is the correct answer.
Oh,
When I graduated from my school, right? When you don't graduate your own school, right? You don't graduate your own school because that is sounds a bit weird. The last one. You could perhaps update your thema.
Theme.
Yeah, exactly. Thema, again, guys, thema is not an English word. It's supposed to be theme. This is English, like Indonesian and English combined into one. Okay, so remember, it's supposed to be theme, not thema. Okay. The next one. Oh, hold on. How do I? Oh, hold on. Where is that again? How do I set slide? Oh, wait.
don't be nervous, our grammarian.
No. Okay, here it is. The next section is the brilliantly used quotes. Okay, so the first one, I'm just a man who wants to be a better person. Yeah, I love this quote. I mean, I think everyone here really wants to be a better person, whether that's a man or women, right? And this is my favorite quote. I learned English, but I didn't know about the meaning of one word, and that word is stupid. Yeah. Okay. I found it funny because there's also like saying I'd learned English, but I didn't know the meaning of one word, and that word is smart. Okay. But again, that is wonderful quotes to say, and I love it, and that's why I put it in my list of brilliantly used quotes. The third one is the happiest people are those who giving more. Yeah, that is true. Uh, you don't you can become rich, but I think the happiest feeling is that you can always give more to anyone that you love or anyone that who needs more in this world. And the fourth one is this is really romantic, and I love it. It said, "My ideal teddy bear is my partner Peter. He's skinny, but he's nice to hug." Aw, I wish. I wish I have a couple
You
like
want to
this.
have dog, Peter?
That you have a couple, man and woman, and he or she did not judge you by its looks. He just accept you wherever you are, and that is really a relationship goal for me. And the last one, the end of the road is not always stop there. This is I agree the most. You might find the end of the road, but you don't always stop. You continue to find another road to develop yourself, right? So again, at the end of the day, whether you find the end or you feel like you're down, you always want to get up, right? And now the last one is the person who mentioned the word anthem. So I found three a person who managed to say the word anthem, and that is Amelia for one time. For once. Natalie's 2 times. I noticed that when she typed it in the chat box, and Denny, who happens to mention the word anthem at near the end of the meeting. I think that's all for my report. Thank you very much, and back to you, GE.
Thank you, Grammarian Toastmaster Dede, for your report. Okay, next in my team is our counter. Please welcome Toastmaster Teresia Enda.
Thank you, Madam G. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, here is my counter report. I cut the well, so, and for Teresia, myself, and then duo Amelia, Dede, Follow, Purwanto, Denny, John, Emmy, Jasmine, Ben, Resita, Rahwono, and Citra. And I observed Denny used a lot of N, Resita used a lot of so, and Amelia, Febriani, and Dede use a lot of repeated words. Better be aware of those. Meanwhile, Natalie, Fatma, Krishna, and Andre, good job. That's all from my report. Back to you, GA of the evening, GTM, Natalie.
Thank you, Madam Counter, Toastmaster Teresia, for such a short and sweet counter report. All right, so it's time for me to deliver my general evaluation of tonight's meeting. And let me start by sharing what I observed from the general meeting proceeding, and then followed by each role evaluation, each role taker evaluation. First up, I like how the meeting started on time. It's actually maybe a minute or 2 minutes before 7. The SAA already opened the meeting, which I really appreciate, on time. So right now we're also on track to finish on time, or probably before time. And I also like how the president and the befriend guest, I think this is one of the specific roles that we have in Magical Bali. We always assign a person or maybe another like a person or two to befriend guests, to welcome everyone, even after even before the meeting started. So well done on the team to organize this meeting. And another thing that I also like is how the spotlighted by the Zoom host went very smoothly. It didn't feel like there was like a lag or an error. So kudos to Zoom host and co-host. Two things that I could suggest for the general meeting proceeding, and this might be my pet peeves, so just bear with me. First is to share agenda in the chat box. I noticed that ever since the beginning of the meeting, there was no agenda shared in the chat box, and I also noticed there are several guests. So it would be wonderful if someone, could be Toastmaster of the meeting or the Zoom host or co-host, can share that in the chat box, just so everybody knows what's going to happen and how the meeting is going to flow. The second thing that I would like to suggest is for the Zoom host or co-host to rename all role takers. I noticed several role takers, including Madam Tom, didn't have the assigned role in front of her name. It's just easier for everyone to identify what role he or she is taking. Also for the guests to observe, oh, what is TTE? Oh, what is grammarian? Oh, what is accounter? So when you come to a meeting and you have no clue of what's going to happen, knowing that there is like a meaning behind the words or acronym use, it all will help them to have some ideas of how the meeting will run as well. So those are like two things, but that's mostly like my pet peeves. It's not like a big thing. Now let's move on to the overall meeting proceeding. I enjoy it. I think everybody also enjoyed it as well. The spirit of camaraderie was there throughout the whole meeting. It was positive and encouraging environment, just as in Toastmaster spirit. Our Tom, Toastmaster Amelia, or Toastmaster of the day, the MC, I love how she efficiently run the meeting. I also noticed that she is also the Zoom host, so she's doing a lot of multitasking, and that's only happen when you are a woman. So man, so well done, Toastmaster Amelia, for efficiently run the meeting, managing the time. I would like to suggest to you, if you feel like it's a little bit too much, because I noticed in certain parts you got distracted, just delegate. That's why you have co-hosts, right? So when you're doing your main role as Toastmaster of the meeting, you can ask other co-hosts to step up. Another thing that I would like to suggest to you is to elaborate the meeting theme a little bit more. I mean, this meeting theme is I love rock and roll, and you can't get more rock and roll than this meeting theme, you know? The energy can be set up as high as possible right from the beginning. Toastmaster of the meeting is a role that set up the vibe or set up the tone of the meeting. So from the beginning, infuse the meeting with your energy, utilize the meeting theme to the best of your advantage, and make it really fun. I think when you are able to do that, the energy level will, raise up to the roof, and I believe you can maintain it throughout the meeting proceeding. Second is the table topic master, Toastmaster Ben. Wow, Toastmaster Ben, I really enjoy your song choices and the creative way you run the table topic session. Man, I love how you give like a little bit of preview of the songs before you ask the questions. I think it gave like a fresh take on table topic session. It's not just like asking question, but there's also like another visual and audio experience that involved in it. I also like how you give some explanation about what it is and how long they are expected to speak. If I can suggest two things for you, the first one is you can pause your question in the chat box after you ask the questions to the speaker. In case the speaker forgets, or in case someone else in the audience didn't pay attention and they are not really sure what's happened. So if you post the question in the chat box, if someone came in late, they could look at the question and then they were like, oh, so this person is talking about that. The second thing is, I notice sometimes because, you're a native English speaker and most of us here are not. So I noticed some people ask for clarification, maybe for certain questions that you are already anticipated to be a little bit more complicated because it's like simile or rhetorical devices. You can also prepare some shorter and simpler version of the question. So just like what you did to Teresia, have that as a backup will be great. Overall, it's a fun TT session and I thoroughly enjoy it. Good music taste, my friend. And let's go to table topic evaluator. So Toastmaster Amelia Febriani. I love how Toastmaster Amelia ran her evaluation. She evaluated in general in the beginning and then going through detail by evaluating the table topic speaker one at a time. I love how, number one, her evaluation was very encouraging and positive. And number two, she was very analytical and specific in how she identified the strength and also point of improvement from each speakers. I don't really have anything to recommend to Amelia, but I try to nitpick my brain because I know you all also wanted to learn something whenever you come to a meeting. So maybe if you can find one common thing that all the table topic speakers said or did that we all can learn together. For example, you can say that I noticed all the table topic speakers use personal stories. And stories are a great way to answer questions because stories is something that we already have within ourselves. Maybe something like that. This is like very minor, Toastmaster Amelia. Overall, it was like a great demonstration of evaluation in Toastmaster. Let's go to a person, hang on, let me see. Yes, prepared speech evaluator. First evaluator is Toastmaster Purwanto. And Toastmaster Purwanto, I like how you were so encouraging every time you, well, not every time, but this time when you're delivering your evaluation. You also gave a great recommendation where you demonstrate your recommendation in a specific and practical way. So Danny, when he listened to that, he could immediately apply it to his speech or next speeches. I would suggest for Toastmaster Purwanto to pay attention. Evaluation is not summarizing the speech. It is evaluating and identifying points. What are the speakers have done well and what are some points for improvement? I noticed a tendency for you to sometimes giving too much detail, which in turn cut down your time. So I believe when you have less detail and focus on what really matters, you can also add another point of commendation and another point of recommendation that can really help the speaker to grow as well. Great job. Second evaluator is Toastmaster Fatma. For Toastmaster Fatma, she clearly defined and identified the elements of what the speakers did well and what he could improve. I also like how she added summary towards the end, just so the speaker remember what are those points that she shared in her speech. For Toastmaster Fatma, I would like to suggest that in the beginning, after the GE passed you the chance to speak, you can start your evaluation by maybe taking a little bit from what John said, or just use congratulations on achieving the project objective, something like that, just to open the speech, because evaluation is also a speech and it also needs a structure. I mean, John brought in a lot of great analogy and quotes. So you can say, John, just like this coin that has has two sides, your speech also has like the bright side and something like that. It's just how to take in something from the speakers, just so the speakers also felt like, oh, wow, the evaluator really paid attention to my speech. So other than that, keep working on harnessing the analytical side of your evaluation. Good job. Now the third speech evaluator, Toastmaster Krishna, he was very analytical and specific as well. I like how if the first and second evaluator, they're both using like a more burger approach. So 2 points of commendation and then 2 points of recommendation. Toastmaster Krishna is like layering club sandwich. So 1 point of commendation, 1 point of recommendation, another point of commendation, another point of recommendation. So he mentioned introduction, great, and then transition can be improved. Storytelling, great, and then hand gestures and camera eye contact can be improved. So those are like 2 ways that you can approach evaluations. For Toastmaster Krishna, this is also just a little thing that I try to nitpick my brain to. I think if you can elaborate a little bit more when you said to Andre why you said, oh, storytelling is good, and then work on gestures and eye contact. Elaborate a little bit more why his storytelling was good. You can say that when you share stories, it connects people. When you use personal stories, the effect will be multiplied. So things like that, just so Andre and everyone here can also learn why is storytelling important in our speech. Overall, great job for all the evaluators. And let's go to my team member. First up, our ballot counter, Toastmaster Danny, quick response and well set up for the polling and stuff. So I really appreciate it because you didn't waste time and you were like really quick on setting up everything. Just one thing, also this is one of my pet peeve, just inform the audience how long is the voting time in the beginning. So let's say, okay, now you can vote for 1 minute. Dang, dang, dang. And then, people don't waste time and they're thinking that I can vote later on. And let's go to timer. Toastmaster Follow. Toastmaster Follow, great job. And I like how you share the timing on the chat box as well. Great observation. I really appreciate Toastmaster Follow because he didn't really speak a lot, but he gets things done. And that's very important. So well done, Toastmaster Follow. For counter, Toastmaster Teresia, great listening and observation skill. I appreciate how you really pay attention to which speaking crutches that most speakers use. And that means that you care. And it's already like on the next level of not just listening, but also observing and analyzing. So I really appreciate that. Well done. One thing, just so if you want to take it up a little bit, another notch is you can consider using visual aid, just a simple Word document. It doesn't have to be like fancy, just so we can see. Oh, so Danny is and then Amelia is because sometimes when you speak, especially in the online environment, when we blink or when we just blank, we went blank, we just missed it. So if you show it, then we will be able to retain it better. Great job. And last but not least is our grammarian, Toastmaster Dede. Great slide, the visual, and also great listening ability. I like how you involve the audience to give some correction or give some improvement. My suggestion for Dede is the grammarian is one of the main duties also to explain word of the day. So you can also explain it in the beginning and how to use it. We cannot assume that everyone already familiar or know about it. So you can also explain it and how to use it in maybe in a different sentence. For example, you can also say that Toastmasters is the anthem for personal growth. It's kind of like similar or like rhetorical devices. It's not exactly what the dictionary will give examples of, but those are the things that you can add on so it gives more clarity. Overall, it was a great meeting and thank you for listening to me sharing and a little bit rambling for like the past 10 minutes. I hope you learned something and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this meeting. I will give the screen back to Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Amelia.
Thank you so much for General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Natalie Cahyadi. All right, now we are almost at the end of this meeting. I would like to ask for John. Is all ready? John? Or do you still need time?
No, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, we will announce who will be the best speaker, best table topic speaker, and also best evaluator. All right, John.
Okay,
please.
So we go first to table topics, evaluator, and speaker. All right. Hey, wait.
The best speaker is
Okay.
Hollywood.
Wait. So the best speaker. Okay, we play the music. Okay. So the best speaker goes to Andre Maure. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you,
Oh,
everyone.
We can take photo here. Danny, can you help take photo?
Yes, okay. Andre, please be ready. I will take picture.
I am
Okay,
now.
one,
Yeah.
2, 3. Okay, done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
Okay, I'm freezing.
No, no, no.
Because
So
I feel
let's go to
like
the next.
freezing. Okay.
Best evaluator goes to
Tat, tat, tat.
Krishna Chepa. Congratulations, brother.
Okay, congrats. Krishna,
Thank
please
you.
prepare for your pose. 1,
Pause.
2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Kepa, by the way, but okay, thank you.
Yeah. Krishna.
Okay, for the best table topic speaker goes to.
Okay, tat, tat, tat.
Okay, don't forget the music. Tan 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 tarat tarat. Okay, goes to Citra Larasati. Congratulations. Okay, take photo.
Citra, please. I will take picture. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, done.
Okay, so
Okay.
congratulations for the winners.
Andre, probably you can update. John, probably you can update Krishna name. After that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, back to Tom.
Thank you so much, John, and also Danny for taking picture and also announcing the winner. Congrats for all the winner for this tonight meeting. So this will be really end, and I will give the control back to our president, Toastmaster Melita.
Thank you, Madam Tom, joining away from Lombok. Everyone, please give a big applause to Amelia because he just got third shot vaccines right today. And you see that she ran the meeting very well. Well, thank you
Because of the vaccine,
once
yeah?
again, Amel. Yes. All right. A gentle reminder for other clubs, if you have a club's announcements or your club meeting, please do type in the chat box so everyone can write it down and join your club. Okay, you can do it now until the next 5 minutes. And I would like to hear some inputs or comments from our dear guests. I would like to call Jasmine. Hello, Jasmine. Thank you for joining us tonight. Far away from Miri Toastmaster. Yes.
Yes, all the way from Miri Toastmaster. Have you ever been to Miri?
I never been to Miri, but I'm going there someday.
Good. Oh, okay. Tonight I think it's very fun. It's very very lightening. With the music, with the team, with all the speeches and all the evaluation. I think it is a very wonderful night. I'm very glad to be here.
Thank you so much. We are appreciate that you are coming to our meeting, and we would love to see you again here, Jasmine. Thank you so much. Yep, sure. And right now, I'm gonna choose Rahwana Yudi. It will be appreciated if you can turn on your video. All right, that's perfect.
Okay, so
Yep.
yeah. So I cannot see my face clearly because it's kind of dark.
Yeah, that's okay. You are the man of the dark.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah, welcome to
Yeah.
the dark side. Yeah, but we said, can "Come hear to the you bright clearly." side.
And
The
in
bright
black.
side. Right. So I quite not I quite actually I do really enjoy the meeting. It's my first time and I hope to see you guys again for the next meeting, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Right. So make sure you bring a bright light or bright lamp so we can
Yes,
see
I
your
will.
face.
I will.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you
Anytime.
so much. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us first time and you enjoyed our meeting. Wow, that's
Yeah.
so awesome. Thank you so much. Right now, I'm gonna go to the last guest for this evening, Resita. Hi, Resita. Do you have
Hi.
some inputs or comments to our club meetings?
Actually, it is my first time join a meeting
Wow.
after being Toastmaster member, and it is also the first time I have a chance to speak at table topic, and it was a really nice meeting.
All right, this is your first time. Then next meeting, there will be second, third, and so on time for you. So please keep coming to our meeting. And also we have Purwanto here from Eagle Surabaya, if you want to visit Surabaya, and Amel from Hans, and also who else? The other club. Oh, Ibu Emi from the BAT here also, and Teresia from our sisters club here in Bali. So you can visit us by Zoom Airlines. You can go to Miri Toastmasters as well and try table topic there. All right, thank you so much. All right, this is gonna be the last. Thank you before I adjourn this meeting. Thank you so much for Jasmine joining far away from Miri Toastmasters, Amel from Surabaya, John as role taker, Ibu Emmy, Andre joining from Sumba. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Krishna, thank you so much joining from far, far, far away from Canggu. Thank you so much for coming.
So exaggerated.
Yeah, Canggu is just like 30 minutes from Denpasar, right? So thank you so much, Krishna. Purwanto, thank you joining from Surabaya. Our lovely distinguished Toastmasters, Natalie, thank you so much. And Teresia joining from Australia. Yay, thank you so much. Chitra, soon to be Toastmaster member. Thank you. Dede, you were up.
Yay,
Thank you so
Chitra.
much. Yep. Resita, Rawono, and who is the ballot counter here? Oh, it's Denny, Coco Denny. Thank you so much. Follow and also Fatma joining from Malang. So everyone, thank you so much for coming. And I would love to see you again next meeting. So meeting is adjourned. Bye.